Novitec N-Largo is known by many in the supercar world as Novitec's limited run of wide-body reworks for some of Ferrari's flagship front mid-engine cars. N-Largo, meaning long or enlarged, have taken the internet by storm in recent years for their almost Hot Wheels-esque looks and wild exhaust systems. In recent years, a number have been spotted around the world, but no one really knows much about these cars and even the process to actually build one. The Ferrari F12 and its successor the 812 precede the N-Largo treatment, each with a unique style being produced between 2015 and 2023, where they ended up with the 812 N-Largo S, limited to only 3 units. In 2021, Novitec took a new angle by giving the F8 the N-Largo treatment, with the coupe F8 N-Largo being released and the Spider later that year, both limited to only 15. While the changes to the body are relatively the same, the options for carbon, colour, wheel design and all that is all down to the customer in that exact moment. Until this video, no one has actually documented the build process of one of these elusive cars. So now it's our job to take you on our journey in building this stock F8 into the final, number 15, N-Largo Spider. So the parts have arrived and there is a lot to look through. So obviously the main part of the wide body is the wider fenders, the front splitter and the rear section. On top of this you have a new carbon diffuser, very eccentric wing mirrors, full ducktail and so much more. In fact, a lot of these Novitec F8 parts are available just for the normal car. Having said that, with the wide body and these carbon parts in conjunction, it brings the car together really nicely. With the car now on the lift, it has been stripped down, wheels are off, and the main parts of the project can start. As you can see, the rear corner panels, which give the car the iconic widened look, need to be exactly lined up. These are primed to paint, so obviously paint matching, which will come later, and blending into the car, which is a very critical part of the job. The rear OEM exhaust is still visible, which is soon to be replaced by a full Stage 3 Sport Cat exhaust. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. This is where we have arguably the most challenging stage of the build. With it being such a rare kit, there isn't much guidance on exact measurements and fittings, so it's critical that we have pre-existing knowledge of the OEM car, as well as experience in doing wide bodies, which we've done a number of before, including F12, 812 N-Largos and Brabus Wide Stars. Our mechanic working the job, Martin, runs us through this process and what is needed to achieve these new rear quarters.
There's still rivets down there, which basically hold the car together, so I'm not cutting through those.
As you can imagine, cutting into a Ferrari's bodywork is a big job, so extra time and care is taken to ensure perfection. To allow for the widened rear fenders, it requires the car changing forever, and by this we mean incredible care is taken to cut directly into the body of the car to allow for the new parts to take place and line up. The front widened arches have, however, presented some challenges. Difficulties in where to cut to allow a point to weld the parts into the car.
What they show to cut out, the Novitec boys, I have to go through the radiator nets.
Really?
So we can't cut that off because I have nothing to weld it to.
Yeah. Once lined up, the panels are bolted into the car. The front fenders have now been attached, and as you can see, it has a lovely carbon grille-like finish to provide extra aggression on an originally bland aspect of the car. Once lined up, the carbon fenders are now prepped for the perfect finish and the exact body colour to be applied. This car is going to be fitted with Novitec's stunning NF10 wheels, which are a very open-looking 10-spoke in gloss black. This will also keep the Ferrari OEM hubcaps for a more OEM look. The joints of the new bodywork have been made seamlessly smooth to become the body of the car. Finer checks are now being made before a complete colour spray on these parts. As you can see, the rear quarters cut out for the fuel cap is a great indicator of the perfect lineup of the new parts. As you can see, the car has spent some time in the car paint booth. All new widened body parts have been sprayed to match the exact Nero Daytona body, along with a selection of carbon body panels as chosen by the owner. This includes carbon side skirts, a front splitter, side air guides, triangular covers for the side window, wing mirrors, rear diffuser, the covered trunk lid and ducktail. It's worth mentioning not all carbon body parts are required for the N-Largo kit. The N-Largo kit is mainly the wide bodying, and all the extra carbon parts for the body are all down to the discretion and choice of the customer. And here it is. Wheels and springs on, body finished, and exhaust booming. Personally, I think this looks absolutely brilliant. In some ways not as aggressive and in your face as the F12, A12 N-Largos thanks to the colour, but a proper overhaul while still seeming refined. And that exhaust, we know how dull and uninspiring the stock system sounds. So have a listen to this.